boiled,
we've toiled.
and cooked up a storm in our humble kitchen
Now we invite you on a gastronomical tour of KZN.
as we encounter the culinary genius of various chefs at our favorite restaurants in the province.
So join us on this journey as we traverse our beautiful province right here on Love at First Bite.
Well, we thoroughly enjoyed the little crisp squid heads.
Yes?
So now, do you
Yes.
like trout?
I do. So this is actually something I actually do know how to cook because part of my like diet plan
Yes.
thing is salmon, trout. Like
Wow. So,
So
tell me how you do your
I
trout.
usually fish spice, Italian herbs, rough salt, pepper, and then 2 minutes on either side because I don't like my salmon or
Already show off the
fully
lady.
Right up.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it needs to be a little like pinkish, like sushi almost.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh,
But
wow,
I'm ready to-
wonderful.
No, but they're overdoing it. Now what you coming showing off? You're making me look like a...
Well, we're ready to learn how you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
we
we
take
did-
the trout, we put it
Put it
in
there.
the thing and we put...
That's it.
Yeah.
But I think before we get started, yes, so our rainbow trout, as you can see,
It's
is
all the-
also beautifully filleted.
It's fresh water.
Okay.
Yes.
But the amazing thing about them is that they can, if the, what's the word? Not acidity, what's salt?
Yeah. The sodium levels. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Salt
But
water.
If at the mouth of rivers,
Yes.
if you get the ocean coming in,
Yeah.
they can adapt to seawater.
Oh, wow, okay.
So that's one of the few species that are not fully adapt, but it can manage. It can live for a while in
I have no
seawater
idea
as well.
until today that why it's called rainbow trout.
Yeah, with the color.
yeah, oh, well, the
it's
color is
amazing.
absolutely amazing. This is beautiful to
And
look
trout
at.
fishing is, I don't think we have the kind of patience to do trout fishing with the
Yes.
reeling and throwing in and picking
Do you
and throwing.
fish?
No, I don't have patience for normal fishing. Can you imagine trout fishing?
So, as you can see, I'm very, very
Lightly.
lightly going to season because nothing is worse than over-seasoned fish. So we are going to very lightly season. We went a bit heavy-handed on the calamari
Well,
heads, the
that-
squid
that
heads,
tastes
because
a bit-
also I think you want to camouflage that over
Yes.
kind of
Squiddy taste.
squiddy taste. Yeah, that's a nice word, squiddy taste. And I'm going to do the same with the Cajun spice, very, very lightly.
Maybe use your fingers for that.
Just, yeah, well, you're going to use your fingers just now when you
Ah,
very
okay.
lightly massage the spice in. We have some wonderful sweet basil. So I'm just going to,
Like now I'm learning
yeah,
different spices.
It just gives a different taste to
Yes.
it.
yes.
Yeah.
So there we go. And then, of course,
You've done
we have
that.
done that, we've done that, we've done that. And we're all ready. I do have here some chili salt. And
That's her favorite.
That's my favorite.
I've
It's
never
ever
tried it.
so lightly because the last thing you want is to over salt the fish.
Yeah.
So as you can see, although we have tried to get as much spice
Yes.
on the fish, we've allowed some to fall on the
I
plate.
also like the fish taste.
Yes.
Weirdly.
Oh, you do?
There we go.
Okay.
So you're gonna just
that's
pat that
very,
in.
very, not very Indian of
No,
you
it's
because
not. That's the one like sort of fleshy meat thing that I can like tolerate is the fish taste. I feel like it's a
So you-
flavor on its own.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
absolutely is because so many people don't season fish at
No,
all.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
you know they just
they
want
like that
yes,
seafood,
Yes.
yes.
sea taste.
See, the
Yes,
bottom
smack of the
yeah.
sea. So can you just pat that down and turn it over? And I am going to get a drizzle of ordinary sunflower oil in here. You can, of course, just brush a grill and just grill the fish
Yeah.
on it. And of course, if you wanted to use some olive oil,
Yeah.
so be it. Right, so Kabeshan's doing a marvelous job on patting that
Patting,
down.
patting. I'm very good at patting.
Right,
Yeah.
very good. There we go, Patsy.
That's one reason.
Patsy.
Yeah.
See, as I said before, you do the cooking, I do the comedy.
Okay. So of course, Prev, one of my most favorite spices, garlic.
Garlic.
So we've got some crushed,
Ooh, that's a garlic. Wow,
roughly
strong garlic.
crushed
Yeah.
garlic here, and I'm just going to
Yes.
just drop it over. If it falls off there, that's okay because
Yeah.
the last thing you want is
Strong.
to have like overpowered
Okay,
kind
so-
of garlic.
so while-
If it just scents and flavors it a
Yeah,
little bit,
there we
let
go.
it fall out after that. Because if we put this onto the pan now, it's going to burn. The
Yeah.
garlic's going to
Yeah.
burn first. So
Yeah.
there's the first bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it skin down
Okay.
so that if this blackens and crisps up on the one side, you can very lightly cook the other
Yeah.
side. So Prev, with your clean hand, can you just increase the heat to one more? Right, there we go. So it could be, I think we
All
have
right.
enough space in this pan to just put all
Another.
the
And
skins
that's the thing,
down.
like trout and salmon cooks fairly fast.
Yes, very, very, very.
Generally, if seafood
Yeah,
does it,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that. And while that's going to start sizzling just now, I think 3 pieces should be fine.
Yes, thank you.
Who's your role model? Because generally you find that in performance you tend to admire someone and you try to
Emulate
aspire
them.
and I don't know. Like internationally, I have a few. Mindy Kaling, all of the Indian brown skinned people have always been, and I tell you why, because growing up, a lot of people and family members and friends would always tell me that, you know, it's an unrealistic job, there's no scope for us, etc., etc. And this year especially, I mean, just to be here with you, knowing, like, when I was small, obviously I wasn't allowed to, but heard of the Dingaling shows. I used to see you, I used to come for the family ones at Catalina Theatre.
Yes.
And I'm working with Shivani Kara at the moment.
Wow.
For a musical that's coming up. And she also is somebody that I used to go. So just people who are in the country working in the industry, I've always, you know, look up to them and aspire to, just because I knew it was possible. So yeah, that's sort of who my it's a combination of just everyone who's contributed to like opening the doors for young people like me to be able to make this a career.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people say that theatre is perhaps the hardest platform to get an opening, to get onto. Because I think you just have to make that break, and once you're there, then you recognize and people understand your talent, etc. But before that ever happens, there's all of the struggle to be able to be. So can you pass me that plate, Kabir?
Okay.
So as you can see, Prev, we've fried the bottom end, you know, more than we would the top, because we do want the skin to crisp up a bit. And then, of course, the other side, of course, you want it to be as
tender
as possible. There you go. That looks absolutely
Can you imagine
stunning.
all our aunts and grannies? That to fry that thing more.
That fish is raw.
Wow.
Wow,
There we go.
this looks stunning. So there we go, our beautiful salmon. Smells so good. This is wonderful. So in this very same pan, we have, as I said, the shelled and deveined prawn.
I was wondering what happened with those.
Yes. So you're going to do, Prev, you do this. I'm just going to pass you some spice. And
watch out.
yes, so you are going to just put about a teaspoon of that in there.
Leave it for a bit. There we go. It seems to be doing its own thing now. A teaspoon,
Right,
and then what
that's
else?
fine. And then you're going to pass Prev the chili salt.
Chili
There
salt.
we go. Oh, that's
There
wonderful.
we go.
How many twists?
Just as much as you'd like. But 2, 3 for good measure, I think. And then some of the fish spice, which is my absolute favorite. If we were home, we'd be going with fresh lemons and crushed garlic.
You have a spoon? Is it this one?
Yeah, you could just go for it.
Let me just wash up.
Just one?
Yes. And I am going to put this roughly minced garlic in here as well. And there we have it.
There you go.
And you're just going to give that quite a bit of a toss. But if you want a spoon, Kabejan, would you pass Prev a spoon?
Yes.
Okay. So there's our skin crisping up on this side.
Everything smells so good.
Yeah, so on a cast iron grill, you would actually see the skin blacken on the other side. And it's actually quite crispy and delicious. So don't feel a bit nervous that the one side looks like it's burned. But
it tastes great.
Yeah. And then when you turn it over, you're just going to cook it as lightly as you can, just so that it looks like so. All right, so into this pan though, as soon as I take off this fish, I'm not even going to change the pan. It's got a little bit of the fishy residue in there. And we're just going to put some butter in. That butter sitting there, looking
with the
so
Durban heat.
luscious,
Butter
melted down.
Melting.
Right, I'm just going to turn this over. There we go. And just 2 minutes, as Prev said, and then we're done. How's that there, Prev? Oh, lovely.
Brilliant.
And I do think now we're going to put some chili in there.
I think
So we've got some chili.
You want some
prawns.
chili?
Yes, please.
There we
I'm
go.
very glad that somebody appreciates
I
nice
never.
Durban chili.
I used to hate hot food.
Okay?
People used to like the stupid question, are you sure you're Indian?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't, like, mild at Nando's was, even lemon and herb was
Yes.
a push. And then something happened, this is too much.
That's, I
Something
think,
happened
half
and
of it. Your taste buds have matured.
Yes, and I
There we
can't.
go.
Like, it
No,
was
that
not-
was, I'm telling you, you know whose fault it was?
Who?
The guy from gym.
Govind,
I'm telling you.
you're doing all of that bhangra and all that,
I
and
also heard that hot food speeds up your metabolism.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was a part.
yeah. That's true.
It is.
Yes.
It is. Chili and hot food.
Yeah, it's a wonderful anti-inflammatory,
Yeah.
and it certainly speeds up your metabolism.
yeah, because it make you sweat so much, you're going to lose weight.
You are
That's
losing
how
weight.
we prove it.
Okay, so there we go. Not to overcook the salmon. I am just
Trout,
going
Mama.
trout. I beg your pardon. There's our trout,
Yeah,
and there we
okay,
go.
yeah.
So
It
as I
actually,
said,
yeah.
we haven't cleaned out the pan, but we're going to get a good dollop of butter in there. How's that, Prev?
Dollar.
Yes. So I think if your trainer Govind is watching this, you're
you
in
won't
big
eat
trouble,
the prawns,
right?
okay?
Govind, Julia, Sean, do not watch this. Now cut to an ad break.
Right, so there we go. There's our butter all beautifully melted, and you want to put half of those in there. Right. I think when you're frying the prawns as well, when you're grilling them, you want to make sure that you don't overfill the pan. There you go. Just
That's
drop.
fine, it's
yeah,
good.
it's brilliant. There we go.
These are very strong
Heavy
aprons.
base. Oh, aprons. Yeah.
Is that enough for now?
That's good, I think. So it spreads out. It's all encased with the butter. It's getting its.
This cooker is like doing its own. Yeah,
It's
try
on
it and see
fire,
what
yeah.
happens.
And so with the prawn as well, you want to cook it quickly, flash fried on high.
Yeah, well, that's what we're trying to do.
Yes.
So I think it's just I don't know whether. Oh, maybe you got the timer on or something.
No, I do think if it overheats, it's like.
It
just-
sort of
as
just
a
cools. It's
protective
a bit
kind
of
of-
a
okay.
safety mechanism.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a little tip for you as well. If you don't allow the prawns to curl, like this one was a bit too late, we're not going to save it. Just keep them flat. They appear to be bigger when you're serving them. Nobody wants a little tiny curl. Look, that's the same size as this one.
when you-
But if you keep them flat,
They look.
yes, they look wonderful.
There you
Tip
go.
for the restaurants.
There you go. Actually, the restaurants do that.
Okay, take it easy. This is not your cell phone.
Yes.
You're putting
Kubi's
it
always
on.
telling me that cell phones are
think
not
it's-
supposed to.
I think it's airing because it's hot.
I think yeah. I
So
think
let's
so.
try one more time for good measure. There we go. Yes, let's leave it on that.
Okay.
That's perfect.
See what happens.
So there's our prawn. We're not going to overdo it. We're just going to give it a slight little toss in this butter. We've got garlic, we've got chili, fish spice, Cajun spice.
There's something about melted butter that just wants to make you eat for the rest of the day.
Yes,
Just the smell of
absolutely. So if you think your restaurant or takeaway can benefit by being featured on this program, Love at First Bite,
Then call us on 083 793 9969 and our booking agent Kay will get back to you. Or you can email us at loveatfirstbite34@gmail.com.
so please remember, you can greatly benefit by being featured on the show. We'll come over to you and have a look-see as to what your establishment can offer the public.
Wow. So these are the prawns that are all.
Right,
Are they
can
done?
you hold this for me?
Yeah,
And
sure.
then I am just very quickly going to pick it up. I'm not even draining out the butter. I'm just
Fine,
letting
don't-
it
don't, At
sit.
this point, don't. If you guys could smell what I'm smelling right now.
Absolutely. And Prev, while you are busy smelling
Smelling.
this, can you stick some
Asparagus.
yes, asparagus
Into
spears into the same butter, the seafood juices,
I love asparagus.
right? And just we don't need too many.
Okay.
I've just blanched all of that, but I'll use it later as well. I think that's good. And here goes, last bit of prawns.
That's good. He's having
Ah.
a good time.
You are not going to like that. It's completely unseasoned,
It's fine.
is it?
All right. So how's that going?
This is very good. So as you can see, Prev, I haven't seasoned it or anything. I've just barely blanched it. I put it into this amazing seasoned butter where we've been
And the prawns.
doing the prawns. But of course, these are just going to be limp, but they are going to be a wonderful taste. But if you wanted them to be crisp, like I said earlier, we are just going to dust that in a corn flour, and then we put that into the oil, and you get a lovely.
So that's your
lovely
own choice as to whether you
crisp
want to do it.
spear.
Priv likes it just like this.
Don't
So
invite me to a cooking show and not expect me to eat. Like I will. I'm a professional food taster. I think
Right.
that's
There
my
you go.
story.
There you
Yes.
go. Well done.
So we can
But-
try out both.
you want to try
Try
both as
both.
well?
So let's
Okay,
get
there's some
some
corn
corn
flour.
flour.
here.
And
There
all
you
right,
go.
so
You-
there we go. I'm just going to take those, Place
it
them there, and Prev, you can just dunk one or two of those into the
Should I sprinkle
corn
it?
flour. Just take one of them and dip it in there.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
That's a very different.
I've never tried.
I don't know. I haven't. So this should be interesting. I think what it does is that instead of making it, it just gives it a crisper kind of feel to
Yes.
it.
Like
So.
zucchini chips.
Right, there we go. Okay, so
This
go
boy
for
from
it.
Chatsworth and his food.
I told you. I
Yeah.
love food. Okay, I never should put that in yet.
the
Do it. Go for it.
the chips that I used to have that was weird and different was that my mom used to make banana chips.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
she does, and it's very good.
Yes.
Green bananas, or dusted and fried in a batter. So as you can see, it's almost like a battered coating here. There's it, just dusted with corn flour. Will crisp up the outside, and then when things are crisper, they way easier to
Yes,
eat,
yes.
and it's ideal for children then.
Yeah.
So there we go.
And since Prev is a children,
Yes, here's the child. Right.
That's why I asked for the corn flour. And that's just. Oh, that looks really good.
Yeah, so that's almost done there,
Again, where's your plate?
and there we go.
so with
Done.
some of the weirdest places that you've performed at?
Weirdest
Quickly.
places.
Strangest.
Um,
It's always all been theaters and.
No, oh no. So when I went on tour last year with my show, and I love my promoter to bits. But one of the venues that we had, so obviously my show wasn't a typical stand-up show. We had dancers, it
Characters
was
and-
interactive.
okay.
I wanted people to feel like, because everyone feels like they know me and they know Auntie
Yes.
Shamila, and that's their
That's always
auntie.
amazing because
Yeah.
people will come up to Kabeshan
Yeah.
and say, I was at your show.
Yes.
I think the only thing that is missing now is that they say, don't you see me watching your
Yes,
show?
yes. So I wanted the show to be an experience where everyone could interact with her and all
Yes.
of that. So I'm very passionate when it comes to, because it's so hard to get people to come to a theater nowadays.
Right.
So if people are paying 100 rand, 120
Yes.
rand ticket, you want them to get a good show.
Oh, yeah,
So
absolutely.
I had dancers and I danced and whatever.
Wow, okay, so you dance as well.
Yeah, but the musical theater training. And so one of the venues, I think it was Cape Town, our stage was half the size of this table.
Wow, okay.
And we sold out 3 shows in Cape Town.
Wow.
So we had to find it was the strangest. We made it work. You always
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you're
made it
there.
work.
yes.
Sure, has to go.
But it was just bizarre to me. I'm like, who even a stand-up comic? How do you perform on it was a square. But yeah, we made it work, and it ended up being one of the best shows that we've done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because then you're more focused and you're more
yeah,
concerned.
yeah.
Want to show
And then
people that
get
we
it
don't
going.
have a problem here.
Yeah.
We're good. Yeah, there was the children's theatre was always full of antics and
Yes.
slapstick, and we get to this venue the one time, and there's a big hole in the middle of the stage. So if you came running on and you didn't stop on time,
You
you'd
would've
fall into the hole.
straight. Oh
yes.
no, it's weird.
So I think we're good here, and I'm just going to take those and just place them up here.
Okay, they even look different to the other.
They do.
other
They
ones.
have a little bit more body.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our main meal.
There you go.